This video provides an introductory overview of the Syndeia Web Dashboard, Release 3.4, which we will call the SWD for short. Additional videos available through the Tutorials wiki page will provide greater detail on graph analysis and the new integrations that are part of Syndeia 3.4. For those used to working with the Syndeia dashboard provided by the Syndeia Cameo or Rhapsody plugins, the 3.4 web dashboard has added some of the same capabilities to create intermodal connections and explore the connected repositories, but not all. It also has more options for querying and exploring the digital graph, but some functions, such as creating model transforms, will still be provided only by the client dashboard. As a networked application, access to Syndeia Cloud requires obtaining a network address and user account from your organization's Syndeia Cloud administrator. From your web browser, enter the URL. On the login screen, select Local or LDAP account, then enter your name and password. The first screen is the Syndeia dashboard, which represents a graphical summary of all the information resident in this instance of Syndeia Cloud. The upper bar chart shows the object count by repository type, and the lower shows the count by object type. Hovering the cursor over a bar shows the number. For more explanations of the terminology, Video 18.1 describes the Syndeia Cloud data model. The left menu bar shows the different Syndeia Cloud functions available. Use the top icon to show or hide the labels. The graph icon opens the graph analysis page, where users can enter a Gremlin query to analyze the Syndeia Cloud graph, with graphical, tabular, or JSON representation of the results. This function is described in depth in the tutorial videos 18.1 through 18.4. The primary changes relative to the Syndeia 3.3 release are improvements in the Graph Display Preferences menu opened by the pen icon. These are reviewed in Video 1.10. Most of the new functionality in the SWD is accessed through the repositories icon. For the first time, Syndeia has the ability to browse the contents of many of the integrated repositories through the SWD to create reference connections and to explore both intermodal and intramodal connectivity. In the left column are all the repository types that may be accessed through the SWD. If we expand each of these, we see the available repositories of that type. There may be more than one. Some models are not available to the Syndeia web dashboard at this time. Most importantly, Cameo, Rhapsody, NX, Creo, Simulink, and Stateflow. These rely on access to your local file system and a local application through a Syndeia client, such as the Cameo and Rhapsody plugins or the standalone application. Once a repository connection is set up, the real-time contents of that repository are shown in the tree view window and can be expanded or collapsed as desired. A selected element may be opened from the tree by right-clicking and selecting More Details. On the right are three icons: Details, Relations, and Search. Details shows the properties of the selected object. The Relations icon displays connections to the selected object, both intramodal within the same native repository and intermodal across repository boundaries. This window shows the source, target, and direction of the relations. For example, the Confluence page shows 5 contains relations to lower-level pages as intramodal relations, and 3 intermodal relations to Jira, DoorsNG, and Eris. The target elements may be accessed right from the dashboard by clicking on them. At the top of the Relations window are a Reload icon to refresh the display and an Add icon to create new intermodal reference relations. In Syndeia 3.4, we can only create intermodal reference connections through the Syndeia web dashboard. We cannot create model transforms between domains or add intramodal connections within a single domain. Some of these features will become available in future Syndeia releases. The final icon is Search, which opens a search window for the selected repository. The nature and organization of the objects shown in the tree, types of artifacts and relations, and search functions are specific to each integration, such as, for example, the Syndeia Eris integration, and are discussed in the user guide and tutorial sections for that integration. A significant new feature in the Syndeia web dashboard is the Digital Thread Explorer. If I right-click an element in the tree and select Graph View, I can open up an interactive map of the graph, beginning with the selected element. If I right-click it and select Expand, a set of connections, incoming and outgoing, intermodal and intramodal, are displayed. If I expand an adjacent node, its connections are displayed. Continuing the process, I can explore the graph as far as I want. It should be noted that the intramodal relations shown in both the graph view and the tree view are usually not a permanent part of the graph created in Syndeia Cloud. They are supplied on demand by the individual domain repository when these views are opened or expanded. As such, these intramodal connections are not accessible with Gremlin queries. The only exception is the SysML model internal relations, which may be exported to Syndeia Cloud using a special utility. Returning to the left menu, the Relations icon provides an alternate way to create intermodal reference connections. The window is similar to the Add Relations window we saw earlier, but requires both the source and target elements to be identified. We select the Syndeia project to contain the connection, the source and target repositories, the source and target elements to be connected, and the direction of the relationship before clicking Create Reference Relationship. The Users icon only appears in the Syndeia web dashboard when the superuser logs in. The Syndeia Cloud Administrator can use this page to add or delete users and modify permissions. I've blurred out some of the user data for privacy. The Help icon provides access to documentation, tutorials and demos, and our online help desk. Expect the range of help resources to expand continuously and check back frequently. Finally, the My Profile icon allows you to edit your profile, including your password to access Syndeia Cloud. The Preferences section allows you to decide whether Syndeia Cloud caches your credentials for accessing external repositories between online sessions. Some organizations may not allow users to store passwords on their local machine, even in encrypted form. The My Profile icon also allows a user to log out of Syndeia Cloud when the session is finished. Syndeia Cloud, not the Syndeia clients, will be the primary vehicle for adding future capability to Syndeia, so learning to use the Syndeia web dashboard is an important investment of effort. The same services available to the web interface through the Syndeia Cloud REST API are also available for report generation and workflow automation using user-written and third-party scripts and applications. Contact us at info@intercax.com to learn more about the Syndeia roadmap.